400. Howdy there, folks, and welcome to Bullets for Bucks. My name's Steven, and today we're going to go over the Browning AB3 Stalker long range bolt action rifle. And later in this video, we will be taking it out to the range and we will show you those results. But first, let's get started on the fit, feel, and function and the basic features of this rifle. At the buttstock end, you have a nice rubber recoil pad. It's about 1 inch thick, very soft, pliable rubber, and it has a little bit of a curve, so it sits in the pocket of your shoulder well. Coming forward, you have a relatively traditional comb and stock design, a sling swivel stud at the base here that's made of metal, a polymer stock, but it's actually a pretty rigid polymer, and it doesn't have a super hollow feel compared to like maybe a Ruger American stock in that regard. Then you come forward to an angled grip here. It has a bunch of like knurling or stippling in the plastic here, so it's easy to grip. Tang 2-position safety right here. If you put it on safe, it does lock the bolt handle in place, which is something you generally don't see on rifles in this category. Has a 60-degree bolt throw, which is nice, and the bolt runs pretty smooth in the receiver. Coming to the bottom here, you have a plastic trigger guard and a magazine system. It's a polymer magazine. It does have some metal components as well. So polymer bottom, metal sides here, polymer follower. The magazine system on this, I actually like quite a bit. The magazine goes in and out pretty easy, very nice and solid in place. It does have plastic bottom metal instead of actual metal bottom metal. The trigger blade on this actually, in my opinion, appears to be a curved plastic blade, which is like, don't really like a plastic trigger blade. But the trigger breaks at 2 pounds, 2.9 ounces. So actually a pretty dang nice single stage trigger with very little creep or over travel. In fact, it's a really nice trigger in my opinion. Lifting up the lift on the bolt handle, you have a lever style release for the bolt on the left side. It's a 3-lug bolt, plunger ejector, and mini claw extractor in the bolt face right there. The bolt is reminiscent of the the Ruger American, but it's more polished in my opinion. But it's a very hefty bolt. Putting the bolt back in place, you do have a pretty slim profile angled straight bolt handle. It doesn't have a lot of zipper sound, but it is still a little bit clanky, which is indicative of those 3-lug monstrous bolts. Coming forward, you have a forend that has a relatively slim profile and a whole bunch of texturing in the plastic for easy grip. And then you have a front sling swivel stud. The barrel is free-floated, and on the Stalker long range, it features a 26-inch barrel, including the radial muzzle brake that comes with the rifle, and it is threaded 5/8 by 24 if you desire to put a suppressor on this. The rifle is made in Japan. I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this right, but the manufacturer is MIROKU. So this rifle is made in Japan. The rifle weighs 7.15 pounds. It's a 1-in-8 twist and 6.5 Creedmoor, and that's what this one is chambered in, but it's available in a lot of the common chambering offerings. It does not come with this scope base, but it is drilled and tapped for a scope base. And I believe this is a matte blued finish. It's important to note that it does have a recoil lug sandwiched between the barrel and the receiver, similar to a Remington 700. But I could not find metal pillar bedding in the inside of this stock. It just appears to be plastic holes where the receiver screws go through. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't see and I couldn't feel any pillar bedding in there, and it was not spot bedded in the front like a X-bolt is. All right, now that we've gone over some of the basic specs, let's take this out to the range and see how it performs. First shot. Second shot. It's sub-MOA. right at MOA actually. Ha! 400. All right, now that we're back from the range, let's go over the results. So it shot okay. You can get sub MOA out of this, or 1-inch groups at 100 yards. It's advertised, I believe, with a sub 1-inch or sub MOA guarantee. But it wasn't, in my opinion, as easy to get sub MOA groups out of this, out of the box, as, say, many of the Ruger Americans I've shot. I'm not sure why that is. But it's a very, very good rifle, certainly capable of sub MOA accuracy. And I actually really like the fit, feel, and function of it, given its price category. The short 60-degree bolt lift, the easy operation and manipulation of the bolt, the fact that on safe it locks the bolt handle in place, and the very crisp, clean trigger. Say a lot about this rifle in a good way, as well as the easy to operate detachable magazine. So overall, very pleased with this rifle. I think it's an underrated rifle in its price category in the current market conditions. That being said, I would have liked to see a little bit better out of the box accuracy out of it, but overall still very happy with it. Hope you enjoyed this review of the Browning AB3 Stalker long range bolt action rifle. Thanks for watching Bullets for Bucks. Check out this next video and subscribe.